Hi everyone, good morning. It's with great pleasure we welcome you today to this webinar titled The Roadmap to Cybersecurity AI. So today we'll be looking at what OpenText and Data Group has to offer in this space of artificial intelligence, especially as it regards cybersecurity. We can see that there's a lot of talk around artificial intelligence, machine learning, but only a few companies are getting it right in this space. So that's what we want to hear today, what OpenText is doing in that space, how OpenText is helping customers stay ahead of threats. My name is Chibuzon Buka. I'm the VP for Sales Engineering. And on this call, we have the team from Data Group and the team from OpenText. So from the Data Group side, we have Paulo, who is our regional sales manager for Angola. We also have, hey, Paulo. So we also have from our team, Diane Reddy, who leads our marketing team across Africa. From the OpenText side, we have Kutli, who leads the engineering team at OpenText. We also have Mohammed Kuban Ali, who is the regional sales manager for English-speaking Africa. And finally, we have Mahish, who is the pre-sales consultant at OpenText. So to kick off this presentation, I'll be taking you through what Data Group has to offer in the area of cybersecurity generally, and what we have been doing in that space. So today, Data Group IT, we're a value-added distributor. We have over 1,000 customers across Africa and counting, and we work through a network of partners. So this means that we don't engage directly, we don't transact directly with customers, but we engage directly with customers to understand what their pain points are and align our technologies to these pain points. So work through the local partners. Most of the partners that you work with on a daily basis are partners, and they work through us. And today we are working in over 15 countries in Africa. We have 3 regional hubs in Africa, one in West Africa, which is based out of Nigeria, supporting the whole of West Africa, which comprises of Ghana, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, and the rest. Then we have our regional offices in East Africa, located in Nairobi, Kenya, which supports the East Africa regional offices that we have in Ethiopia, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda. Then we have our Southern Africa regional office in Johannesburg, which supports our business in the whole of South Africa and SADC region. So today in terms of growth, we've grown over 500% in the last 5 years. We pioneered this cybersecurity journey for most distributors because for us, we have in-house technical experts that can help customers like you to build roadmap, to align your needs to the type of technology that will protect you for today's threats, and also looking ahead on what the threat landscape is offering. So we have a team that is dedicated and trained up to the highest level to support you, to work with you with our different vendors, and make sure that your environment is safe every time. So today we're talking about artificial intelligence. So it's kind of the common word we hear today, but what is artificial intelligence? It's simply the capability of a machine to imitate human behavior. So for a system to be considered artificial intelligence, it must have three core capabilities. First is the learning capability. So the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skill is very important for any artificial intelligence system. So today we'll be hearing what OpenText how OpenText is able to do this, applying it in cybersecurity. So the second key area is the reasoning, the capability or the capacity to solve problems. So every artificial intelligence system should be able to autonomously solve problems without human intervention. So it should be able to take decision based on available information, not based on signatures, but based on available information that is available to him. Then self-correction is another area. Every AI system should be able to self-correct itself for any reason, right? So it should adjust their response based on feedbacks and past experience so as to enhance its accuracy over time. So the accuracy of the system is very important for any artificial intelligence system, right? So why do we need artificial intelligence in cybersecurity? Because, we talk about artificial intelligence, we've spoken about the origin, how it came about, and all that. But why do we need artificial intelligence in cybersecurity? So we see the sheer volume of attacks that are happening every time. And we know that security teams cannot keep up with this pace. They cannot analyze sheer volume of information and also trying to take decision in record time. So this is one of the needs for artificial intelligence and the application of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. The second point here is around advanced threat detection. So we understand that cyber attacks are getting very complex, and even the attackers are using AI to attack customers and clients across the world. They're applying things like zero-day techniques and all that, right? And we know that some of these attacks, such as zero-day exploits and ransomware, most of them are enabled with artificial intelligence. They're enabled with bots, right? So we need a matching technology to be able to keep pace of these threats and make sure that you detect these threats in record time. The third point here is around faster threat response. So we understand that time is of essence when it has to do with any cyber attack. So how quickly can security teams respond? Or they can even respond quicker when they have artificial intelligence systems in their environment. So that's one of the reasons why you need a system that can detect, analyze, and respond to threats in real time and in record time, right? So the fourth point rather, is the adaptive learning. So we know most traditional systems, they need updates all the time. Need to do update to keep up with threats and all that. But this is not the case with artificial intelligence systems because they are working based on preset models and based on the learnings that has happened over time and experiences that they've had. So they are constantly evolving, right? So the fact that every AI system needs to self-learn its environment, always looking at new threats, always looking at new things that are evolving in the environment, making sure that they keep pace with this, learning with all this and updating itself. So that's one of the reasons why we need artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. And these are some of the 4 points I look at, but there are many points, um, things like detection of phishing attacks, in record time, whereby artificial intelligence can look at the font, look at the tone of the email to detect whether you're the person writing this email to be able to prevent things like business email compromise and all that. So those are the applications that we've seen and the need why we think that artificial intelligence is always and would ever be relevant in cybersecurity. So we talk about artificial intelligence. What are the steps really when how artificial intelligence systems is supposed to work? First is the threat detection, right? So when it detects a threat, what does it do? Or how does it detect a threat? So this is where the artificial intelligence comes into play, whereby it analyzes volumes of information using its machine learning models to identify anomalies and identify potential threats. So based on this continuous monitoring, the fact that it's continuously monitoring, and also note, this is not what traditional security teams can do, because they will need to go on leave, they need to go home and everything. So this is where the artificial intelligence system is relevant for every customer on this call, right? So threat detection, when it detects the threat, what's the next thing it does? It alerts, right? So that automated response, without any prompting, it will alert based on predefined criteria that has been defined in the system. So it alerts the security team about this threat. And also, this also involves threat classification to classify what type of threat is this. Is it a ransomware? Is it a malware? Is it a bot? You know, it does that threat classification in real time without prompting. So also around the decision making, autonomously it takes a decision based on what it has seen. It has categorized that this threat is a ransomware. Let me deal with it. Maybe it does threat containment or it quarantines it. It takes those decisions autonomously without human prompting. So also the response execution. So it can be that it deals with the threat, it deletes it, it contains it based on what we have previously said. So these are the steps that usually most artificial intelligence systems apply in cybersecurity. So for us in Data Group IT, based on all this, we have our what we call our 6-pillar model. So this has to do with, because working with different customers across different regions, we kind of summarize the need of every customer into 6 different pillars. So the need for data security, the need for network security, the need for application security, user security, cloud, and mobile. So what we found out is that every customer has a need for each of these pillars, because we see that every customer produces data, every customer has a network, every customer has in-house application, even if it's simple as email application. Also, every customer has users, and most customers already moved to the cloud, even if something as simple as Office 365 email or Google email in their environment, and also mobile. All of us carry mobile every day. So under these pillars are what we look at as the solution areas that will help customers keep pace and make sure that they have security for each of these exit points. So it can be the same solution or most of the solutions that we discussed in this webinar going forward. So for us, we see ourselves as a cybersecurity shop. Majority of these technologies are offered by OpenText, but you can engage with any of our team to make sure that you have most of these technologies, like machine learning technologies, zero trust network, SOA, SIM solution, single sign-on, threat hunting technologies and all that. So we're open for engagement with any of the customers on this call, so that we can look more and understand your key pain points and align our technologies to these pain points. So I'll end with this quote. In cyber battleground, AI is the vigilant guardian, adapting swiftly to protect against evolving threats. So what I'll urge everybody on this call is to make sure that the system that you have in your environment is powered by AI, because on the day of any cyber attack, your best defense will be a system powered by AI. Thank you very much for your time. I will hand over to the OpenText team to continue. Do enjoy the rest of the presentation. Thank you. Mohammed, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chibuzo. Nice presentation. So, good morning, gentlemen, again. So, today's topic, what we're going to cover is future roadmap for AI-based cybersecurity. So, as you know, that today's ever-increasing landscape, cybersecurity continues to evolve, and how we, as OpenText, cybersecurity is going to help the organization to prepare for the future with our cutting-edge solutions based empowered on AI/ML. So we would like to cover our full offering on cybersecurity, and I would like to invite my colleague Kutle, uh, pre-sales leader, OpenText Cybersecurity, to share his keynote. Over to you, Kutle.
Thank you, Kurban, for the introduction. I'll share my screen now. Um, and Thank you for joining this session. Today, I would like to talk about our approach as OpenText and how the AI enables the cyber resiliency if it is used in an efficient manner for sure. My name is Kutlay Tetik. I'm managing the solutions consulting team across the Middle East and Africa regions. And today I will give you a highlight about high level overview about how the AI related cybersecurity activities are affecting our daily business operations and how OpenText provides solutions against the AI based threats that can harm the daily operations, the reputation of the companies, and of course the our overall business in terms of using our daily tools, the tools that we use in getting revenue for our companies and cybersecurity uh, should be also based on AI technology, machine learning technology to defend us against the AI-based attacks. That's the obvious fact that we are all trying to defend against right now. Um, okay, so um, as you can see, there are some facts here. I briefly mentioned the cybersecurity leaders believe that the geopolitical instability, especially, is moderately or very likely to lead the catastrophic cyber events in the next 2 years. I put this slide on my presentation because this was uh, estimated 2 years ago. This was mentioned 2 years ago, and now we still see this is a valid situation, and these kind of tensions between the countries, between the regions, are affecting our cybersecurity posture significantly, right? And how are we defending ourselves against this cyber security incidents? Do we have enough resources? Do we have enough cyber professionals worldwide? Um, eh, we still have a lot of gap. Right now, the estimates are around 3 million and 4 million gap in the cybersecurity professionals needs across the world. And the 95 and still 95% of these cybersecurity issues are related to the human errors. This fact is almost never changing. And this also means that whatever we do in order to protect our network, in order to prevent our perimeters, if we don't take the precautions inside the infrastructure on the application level, on the identity level, and if we don't protect the data itself, those kind of protections may not be enough to protect our infrastructure and keep our security posture at an appropriate level. When we look at the AI-powered cyber threats, we see a new era of concern, right? The AI-enabled campaigns they present several new challenges. One of them is the criminal AI-based social engineering. we see more and more this kind of attacks that is mimicking the false identities and trying to penetrate, try to steal information, data from our environment. Realistic content generation is part of this as well. The attack scalability by using AI and ML tools increased significantly because now the AI tools can manage a huge amount of IoT components to start any attack that can happen against your infrastructure. And there's also an enriched adaptive evasion. Day by day, we can see more targeted attacks across the world. This means now attackers are able to clarify or able to identify specific targets with high-level privilege so that they can access to the high-level sensitive information as well. And the software, the malware software that was developed based on these targeted attacks, they are getting more and more complex, and they are becoming more sophisticated to detect and prevent across the environment. But the question is, don't we have a solution for that? Aren't we being aligned with all these AI ML based attacks and trying to prevent it, or having a solution to prevent these kind of attacks? My answer will be you should be using the AI and ML based technologies in your ecosystem. Of course, this doesn't mean that you are going to be protected all of a sudden by just implementing a technology. What you can do, you can consolidate the human resources, and you can use the AI ML technologies to decrease the load, to remove the burden over the shoulders of these human resources. And moreover, you can provide insights that cannot be provided by human activities, by human eyes and human efforts, right? So this means you can have augmented detect and response capabilities by having human and machine partnership in your organizations. And this is going to allow you to assess exposure, and you can minimize the risk by evaluating various kind of risks that can be created by internal threats or external threats by using this MI and ML technologies for sure. It is quite important to protect data, the applications and the identities. So it's important to manage the data and access governance from a single point of view, data and identity governance from a single point of view, to extend the protection across the applications, across the data platforms, as well as the network level security as well. And privacy and compliance, we can see a huge trend in increased number of privacy regulations across the world. Now, having trust from the customers, justifying how you keep their data, and following the local and global regulations are one of the first topics in front of the CIOs and CISOs across the world and in the Africa region as well. But the important thing here, there are mandates, there are regulations, there are threats. But what about our business, right? So we need to have security precautions that will prevent, that will detect, prevent, and respond to these attacks. But meanwhile, the company, the organization, the entity should go and should continue their business as usual without having minimal impact on the daily business operations. This is where it is important to identify, detect, and respond to these attacks in minimum amount of time to not having an effect on the business operations for sure. In order to do that, what you can do, you can make sure your applications are already in a secure manner, your data is already protected, and the access, the identity is already managed and controlled by the organization itself. You can follow a zero trust approach to make sure you don't just rely on users' username passwords, but you can consider all the other parameters, including the device, geolocation, and other context information. But you can also embed artificial intelligence and machine learning concepts in it. You can get feedback from your AI and ML tools and identify the unknown behaviors or undetected behaviors by the known rules, right? You can have unsupervised machine learning technologies to support your zero trust approach to make sure you have an appropriate security posture to defend your environment against the AI and ML based attacks for sure. For this one, I'm not going to get into too much details. My colleague Mahesh will get into we'll give you a deep dive session about that one, including our roadmap. But briefly, what OpenText does about the security is starting from data privacy and protection, identity and access management, application security, and security operations for sure. But in the middle of it, we always use AI and ML-based technologies that is feeding all these concepts, right? So you will find a component, a tool, an integration that is getting benefit of the artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies across our portfolio. And we have also new announcements like we are now proposing a faster threat protection by using the machine learning models with rapid deployment with AI platform. OpenText is not just a cybersecurity company. This is an information management company, including IT operations, including the content management, including business experience solutions. So within all these components, what we are doing is we are using the AI-based technologies, using LLM in order to fasten the process the customers are following or having because of the deployment time, because of the enabling the new kind of applications they want to onboard into their infrastructure. So they want to make sure this is happening in a very fast manner, in a secure manner, and in an automated manner. So that's how you can use different kind of platforms, including operations management, including content management, including that digital experience platform to combine all these benefits and to manage all these benefits from a single platform. That's what OpenText is proposing. In the past, we have a very long history about how we embed, how we enrich our solutions by using acquisitions, by developing solutions with our in-house R&D department. The majority of the revenue that is received by OpenText is spent to the R&D organization to develop more and more to strengthen our cybersecurity portfolio as well. And the last announcement was about the Cybersecurity Aviator, which is an advanced machine learning, providing advanced machine learning models based on unsupervised machine learning technology, which is providing continuously learning, adaptation, and proactively protect from both known and unknown threats as well. So what we do, we enable the faster threat detection to improve the security posture and identify the risky entities. There are other kind of new development from our side. In addition to this Cybersecurity Aviator, now we have Fortify Insight, Fortify Aviator as well, which is also helping the customers to interact with the Fortify application to get more insight about the security level of their applications before they deploy it in a production environment. And we have also Voltage Vision solution, which is helping you to discover, protect, and manage the data lifecycle to reduce the financial risk and privacy compliance risks together. So at this point, I'm going to leave the words to Mahesh, and he will continue walking you through the OpenText portfolio, cybersecurity portfolio, and give you more insight about what we are planning to do in the near and long term.
Team, can you confirm you're able to see our screen now? Somebody?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kutle, for setting the platform. Let me quickly get into the introduction. My name is Mahesh. I'm part of the pre-sales architect team here. So before joining this team, I was a customer myself. I was heading federal government SOC in UAE. All the 52 ministries security was our responsibility. Today, what we'll discuss is we'll take a step behind. We'll understand what are the requirements in the modern age regarding the cybersecurity and how with open text artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities, we are able to address these security requirements on the cybersecurity portfolio, right? So we all understand the attackers are much ahead of us. Why? The simple reason being they're very highly motivated and they're also using a sophisticated technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, right? And most importantly, which is sad but true, they are collaborating with each other. All the attackers are collaborating with each other. They're heavily funded and fueled by geopolitical differences. Whereas the security practitioners like us should be collaborating with each other, but the attackers are collaborating with each other much more than needed. Yeah. Let me take this as an example where all of our cybersecurity customers, they choose the security, but not necessarily, no, the attackers are targeting the specific area what they are securing, right? So in this video, what you are actually watching, the guy has actually secured, but he's still thinking that he will be attacked on what he's been secured, like having a firewall, but getting expecting the attacks only through a perimeter, right? But not necessarily that is true. It's not necessarily the attacks are only through perimeter now, right? So the top four challenges for the modern, yes, please.
Yeah, could you put it in presentation mode? I think we are not seeing what you are, the video or something you're presenting.
Okay, so is the slide present now currently?
Is not in presentation mode.
Okay. Just you're able to see my screen now fully?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I was just explaining about how we take the cybersecurity. Most of the customers, they let's say they buy a firewall, a perimeter firewall, and they expect the attackers to come through the firewall, right? So that is not necessarily true in the modern era of cybersecurity. So what I've done is I have made sure the top four challenges for the modern enterprises in the cybersecurity. So there are these four. So change of the attack surface. Initially, the attack surface used to be perimeter, but now the attack surface is completely changed to application layer. And the second one is everybody wants to have a zero trust identity approach, but it is not easy, or it is not being applied by all of the customers. I'll get into the details. What are the complexities in achieving the zero trust identity? And the third important challenge is securing the data assets. Most of the customers, they're not even aware where their secure data is residing. What is critical to them, first of all, in the discovery part, and then classifying of what data is critical and important based on the compliance requirements and the security requirements. And then the important part is also how to protect the data is becoming a bigger challenge, right? And the fourth important challenge is addressing the insider risks and insider threats. So if you actually see any advanced attack or any advanced APT based compromises, it is consisting more or less an insider threat. It could be an intentional or unintentional, but still it is actually exploited or completed through an insider threat itself. So these are the top four challenges. I'll quickly explain a bit detail into these issues, and then how we need to use artificial intelligence to address these challenges of the modern enterprises. Right. So we spoke about change of the attack surface. So now it is no more the primary attack surface is through the network or through the perimeter. It has completely changed onto the application side, right? So nowadays, if you can breach any of the application, you can easily get access to the databases, to the networks, or through all the critical applications which are used by any of the organization. So that is very, very important to secure your applications, right? And getting into the identity and access management side, here we discussed about the zero trust approach. What are the issues in achieving zero trust? Most importantly, the complexity of the identity and access management solutions. You have various solutions addressing multiple requirements like single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, identity governance, change monitoring, configuration monitoring, multiple other requirements, but still where you have various different vendors getting into addressing multiple solutions dedicatedly, but not addressing no overall requirement of zero trust identity as a whole. The third important risk or issue is addressing your identity insider risks and insider threats, right? So here, this is very, very important because this is where the most of the artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities has to be used to address the insider risk, insider threats. Why? These are unique to each and every organization. You may be a bank, but not necessarily all the attacks on a different bank in the same region has to be intact or should be applicable for your organization as well. Because of the users, the behavior of the your internal users is unique to you. The applications or the usage of multiple technologies in your organization is completely unique to your organization, right? So that is where we need to take the artificial intelligence and more specifically unsupervised machine learning based security analytics to address your insider risk and insider threats of the organization. And the final challenge is on the data security part. So here, as we discussed, the complexity as such for the data security is very, very important to address. So we need to secure your data. So you need to have a very robust data discovery, data classification, and most importantly, you need to secure your data. So when we say securing your data, not just by any DLPs or data leakage prevention technologies. Even after any of the data exploits, any of the data leakages, you need to make sure any data is lost, but it is not being accessible by any of the attackers or any of the competition. That then there is only one solution, which is encrypting the data. And the problems of encrypting the data is the moment you encrypt the data, it goes into a completely unreadable format, and all of your other security measures will be not applicable for this data. And the second important reason is the moment you do the traditional encryption, it increases the size of the data, and therefore again adding multiple complexities for your data security, right? So these are the major challenges for all of these enterprises. But what are the resolutions for these challenges, right? That is when the OpenText cybersecurity comes to the help. So OpenText cybersecurity, we are all part of the cybersecurity division. As you know, OpenText is a Canadian-based organization present in more than 180 countries. But we have a bigger organization addressing all of your content management, documentum, digital IT operations. But we'll talk about the cybersecurity solutions and how we are using artificial intelligence in addressing these cybersecurity solutions, right? So this is our important portfolios. So these are the four important pillars. Fortify is the product name where we address all the application security requirements. We can scan your source code, simulate all the attacks onto your dynamic applications. We can secure your mobile applications, open source composition analysis, APIs. So this is where we secure end-to-end application in your organization. So how we do that is addressing or getting into your software development lifecycle, integrate into your DevSecOps program. We provide you the requirements under each and every stage of the application security. So we can scan the complete source code, give you the list of vulnerabilities, tell you how to mitigate that. And then even the URLs, APIs, and web services, microservices, we can simulate all the attacks. This is called as dynamic application security testing. We can secure your open source composition analysis, tell you the libraries which are having any vulnerabilities, and also tell you if there is any license compliance issues in your open source libraries, right? So this is Fortify solution from OpenText to address your complete application security, right? We have been the leaders. We are the only one who are present in the Gartner Leader Quadrant for the last 10 years back to back. And more importantly, how we use artificial intelligence to address your application security is important. We are using machine learning capability to reduce the false positives in your vulnerabilities. And we are also using artificial intelligence to understand the vulnerabilities very critical to your organization. And in the next scan, we will actually evaluate the vulnerability based on your overall machine learning, what have been identified in the organization. We also are working on a roadmap where we provide auto remediation for any of the vulnerabilities present in your code. Let's say whenever there is an vulnerability identified when we are scanning your code, we can provide you auto remediation, which can completely remediate the vulnerability present in the code. In fact, Fortify is using artificial intelligence, right, in all of these various methods we just discussed, but we are also powering the artificial intelligence. We are the application security vendor who are used in the scanning of the LLMs, like your chat GPTs or other AI tools. To identify any of the vulnerabilities in their tools, they use Fortify to scan and remediate those vulnerabilities. And then we also will talk about the insider risk and insider threat very quickly. So ArcSight is the product in addressing your security operations. We have layered analytics approach. We provide you log management, real-time correlation, security analytics, most importantly, artificial intelligence based security analytics or user behavior analytics. We have automation or SOAR capabilities, and even after providing all of these modules, it's under an unified solution. So we provide you Oxide Fusion, where you can get access to all of these capabilities under one single console, right? So this is the offerings. Yeah, these are the offerings for Oxide security operations. Recon is based on big data, where we are again using machine learning capabilities to showcase you the security analytics specific to your organization. And most importantly, under Oxide Intelligence, we use all the artificial intelligence capabilities to provide you the risk profiling of the whole organization without any human intervention. There is no need for you to provide any use cases, any details, any thresholds of your organization, of your users. Just by taking all the logs and adding artificial intelligence and machine learning based data science models, we provide you the risk profiling of the whole organization. So that is where we can tell you the top risky users, top risky machines, IP addresses, websites in the organization, and give you the chronological order of what went wrong, what is the abnormal behavior of that user entity with all the details. So we correlate across all the devices. That's where we reduce the false positives, and without any human intervention, without any requirements from the user, we can provide you the risk profiling of the complete entities in your organization. That's how we use AI in Oxide for addressing the insider risk and insider threat. And then the third portfolio is NetIQ. This is our identity and access management portfolio. We provide you the complete portfolio modules, like if you are having a requirement on single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, identity governance, user profiling, if you are looking for privilege account monitoring, change monitoring, configuration monitoring, any of these requirements under identity and access management, we have a complete solution which can be used very modular. You can pick and choose what you need today. We can coexist with any other technology, but still we can provide you a consolidated requirement to address your zero trust based approach. And final product now is Voltage. So Voltage is our data privacy and protection portfolio, where we secure your data. So how we do that, like, no, we discover, classify, and protect your data. We also monitor with the help of database activity monitoring. We also help you govern your data security for any of the compliance requirements in the region, right? And we secure both structured and unstructured data on-prem, on the cloud. The data can be in use, in transit, or at rest, right? And by doing this, we secure your applications, the identities, and we are completely unique in this portfolio. How we do that is with the help of a unique or patented algorithm what we have, which is called as FPE, format preserving encryption. We discussed about the two issues about the traditional encryption, right? One is the moment you encrypt, it blows up in the size. And the second point is the moment you encrypt, it goes into an unreadable format, and all the other security use cases in your organization will not be applicable on this data. We have a solution for it. So what we do is with the help of FPE, our unique patented algorithm, even after the encryption of the data, it still stays in the same format. It's a 256-bit AES based algorithm, but still even after the encryption, it still stays in the same format. By this, all of your security use cases can be intact, and even after the encryption, the size doesn't increase exponentially. Right, almost I'm consolidating our portfolio. So you have seen about the 45 application security, Oxide security operations, NetIQ identity access management solution, and Voltage for our data privacy and protection portfolio, right? So Interset, if you see, which is lying in the center of all the important four portfolios, this is our machine learning or artificial intelligence, which will cut across through all the four pillars, either in reducing the false positives or providing you the unsupervised machine learning based analytics, and even for the integration capabilities or taking your organization's requirement and keeping the organization ready for the future cybersecurity attacks. So that is where Intercept or our artificial intelligence capabilities will cut across through all the four pillars for application security, security operations, identity access management, and data privacy. Right. So this is how, like, no, we use all the machine learning capabilities, and we have more than 450 data model, which is specifically used for Intercept as well. So I would like to conclude here and take any questions regarding how we help all the organizations to address the major cybersecurity threats, and also any other questions on generic AI or machine learning capabilities. Many queries so far?
No questions in the chat box as yet.
No worries. So we will be available even at a later time. If you have any other queries, you could reach us through our partners here in the call. And whenever it is the right time, we can have a separate session on any of these technologies based on your requirements, or based on your planning for addressing these cybersecurity requirements. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. We are gonna send the record session by email, and we wish a very good day to you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day ahead. Bye.